Hello friends, I Dr. Niradhar De, faculty member, School of Education, Indira Gandhi National Open University, welcome you all to this video program that is on the topic concept and characteristics of a discipline. Friends, we are discussing this video program which is developed under the online course that is Understanding Disciplines and Subjects. As you know, the online course Understanding Disciplines and Subjects is one of the core course of IGNOU B.Ed program, and this course is studied in the first year of IGNOU B.Ed program and which is developed as per NCTE Regulations 2014, National Council for Teacher Education, which is the regulatory body. Okay, so as per the regulations of NCTE 2014, the B.Ed program has been developed, and Understanding Discipline and Subject is one of the core course of this B.Ed program. So friends, we have already discussed 3 video programs in this module, and this is the 4th video. Try to understand the concept, we'll discuss about the nature of content and the nature of concept that has been addressed in this program, that is concept and characteristics of a discipline. You see, this online course has been designed in 8 different weeks with 6 modules. Okay, and we are now discussing in the first module, and the title of this module is Knowledge and Disciplines. Already you have received the PDF content of this module, Knowledge and Discipline. You must have gone through the content point and the concept that has been discussed. Further, we are just discussing it in video programs. The module 1 is designed in 4 different videos. First video, that is knowledge and information. Second video, that is sources and ways of acquiring knowledge. The third video program, that is categorization of knowledge for constituting a discipline. And the 4th video of this module, this is the last video of this module, the first module, that is concept and characteristics of a discipline. So friends, before discussing concept and characteristics of a discipline, this video program, so let me to recapitulate very quickly that what we have studied, what we have discussed in our earlier 3 video programs. First, we have discussed about the concept of knowledge in our first program, and we have also discussed that how knowledge is different from information. What is the concept of a data? Then further, how data helps to develop the concept of an information, and further how information helps to create knowledge, to construct knowledge. And in our second video program, we have discussed about that what are the different sources that we can use, or what are the different ways that we can use for acquiring knowledge. Okay, so that we have discussed. Then in third video, we have already discussed that how to categorize different types of knowledge, different nature of knowledge for constituting a discipline. That is categorization of knowledge for constituting a discipline. Okay, so means what type of knowledge that addresses in a discipline of science, in a discipline of social science, in a discipline of humanities, or a discipline of mathematics. What type of knowledge it addresses, and what type of knowledge we will categorize for forming that discipline, that we have already discussed. And in this program, we will discuss about concept and characteristics of a discipline. Many a time, we involve ourselves understanding the concept of a discipline. Then if someone will ask you, what is a discipline? Would you please explain what is a discipline? Can you define what is a discipline? What are the characteristics of a discipline? To whom you will say that it is a discipline? So friends, in this video program, we will try to understand that what is the concept of a discipline, that you practice being a teacher, being a student, you are practicing a discipline. So you should understand that what is the concept of it, what is the feature of it, what is the characteristics of it. Let us go forward. So friends, this video program has been developed with 2 learning outcomes. So after watching this video, I am hopeful that you will achieve these 2 learning outcomes. First of all, what is a discipline? You will understand that what is a discipline. Okay, you will able enough to understand and to explain that what is a discipline. Then further, what are the characteristics of a discipline? Okay, so what are the different characteristics that also you can explain, you can describe after watching this video. So let us go forward. So here you see, first we will try to understand the concept of a discipline, that is what is a discipline. Concept of a discipline, disciplinary knowledge and academic discipline. So friends, here you see three terms that I have used. First is the discipline, second is the disciplinary knowledge, and third is the academic discipline. Whether these three are different or any conceptual difference is there. So friends, though this is a similar type of concept, still then certain conceptual difference is there. Okay, so when we talk about discipline, you see, we can say that discipline that you practice in school, in colleges, in higher education, or in a discipline where you are pursuing certain research. Okay, so that also further you can say an academic discipline. That means when the discipline is having an academic manifestation, when the discipline is practicing in an academic field, you can say in an institution, you can say that is the academic discipline. Okay, but this is the characteristics, or this is one of the feature of any discipline, that if there is the discipline, definitely that discipline is having an academic manifestation, an institutional manifestation. Okay, then further we can say try to understand the concept of a discipline or academic discipline with disciplinary knowledge. So here what we are specifically, we are focusing upon disciplinary knowledge. It means the nature of knowledge, the type of knowledge that are being addressed in a discipline, the processes for acquisition of knowledge in a particular discipline, that we have discussed in the third video of this module, that how to categorize knowledge for constituting a discipline. That is the disciplinary knowledge. Every discipline is having a type of disciplinary knowledge. That means when we talk about science, we are involving ourselves in many scientific activities, in scientific discourses, in scientific experimentation, in scientific observation. So the discipline of science that caters a type of scientific knowledge, that's called as, that is the disciplinary knowledge of the science. Then when we talk about social science, then we have already discussed the disciplinary knowledge that addresses in the discipline of social science, just like social observation, social inquiry, interpersonal relationship, understanding the society, the nature of the society, the changing phenomena of the society, mobility happening in the society, how people live in the society. So friends, disciplinary knowledge of every discipline is different. Okay, so that's why friends, you should, being a student of education, you should understand about being a very good teacher, being a, you can say, a reflective teacher, you should understand about different disciplines. You can understand about the conceptual knowledge that has been addressed in different disciplines, so that you can involve yourself, you can acquaint yourself in multidisciplinary aspect of teaching, in multidisciplinary culture of teaching, in transdisciplinary culture of teaching. So that's why you should understand all such things. Then further, let us try to understand etymologically. The term discipline comes from the Latin words that is such as, you can say, that is discipulus, that means pupil, and further disciplina, that means teaching. So here you see it comes from two Latin words etymologically, discipulus, that means pupil, and disciplina, that means teaching. It means here the term discipline that addresses a process of teaching learning. Okay, you can say a type of pedagogy, that means how children learn, or you can say it means someone who follows a rigorous set of instructions but also enforcing obedience. Okay, as per Krishnan 2009, that we can say discipline can be interpreted, discipline can be understood, that is someone who follows a rigorous set of instructions. Means a teaching learning process when a teacher is teaching the students, and when the students or the learners involving themselves in the process of learning. So what they are doing, they do many activities. Okay, they read the things, they do certain manual activities, they involve themselves in demonstration, they involve themselves to experiment certain things, to narrate certain things, okay, to describe certain things, to explain certain things within a group, within the peer, okay, and to do certain things also. So that's why it is a rigorous process, that is a set of instructions, okay. With lecture, the students are also practicing themselves, involving themselves, engaging themselves in different work, in different activities, and whatever they are doing within a type of values, okay. By achieving those values, or you can say by enforcing it, also enforcing obedience, okay, means it is a very disciplinary activity, you can say, the process of learning. So that's why, friend, the concept of the disciplinary knowledge is different in different discipline, and etymologically we can say that it is a rigorous set of instruction, a rigorous practices of teaching learning process. So friends, let us move forward. Further, to understand about what is a discipline, we can say discipline is an organized body of knowledge with a logical structure. Every discipline, you will find a discipline has a substantial body of knowledge, and that body of knowledge that has been properly organized, okay, means how to proceed, how to acquire knowledge. You can proceed by adopting certain processes, certain steps, certain stages. So that's why you can say that to understand discipline, it is an organized body of knowledge with certain logical structure. Already we have discussed about the sources of acquisition of knowledge. We have studied about, empiricism, we have studied about reason. So here the logical reasoning we employ, we use for understanding certain phenomena, for understanding certain facts. So that's why, friends, when we talk about an academic discipline or a disciplinary practices in the schools, that means when we practice a discipline, a subject, certain content points, certain topic, then you will find that that has been organized properly, and a logical structure that work in science, that work in social science, that also work in mathematics and other disciplines. So you have to understand it. Further, it has a process of generalization. Every discipline, there is a process to generalize the knowledge. Means after, you will find that after you are coming across different examples, okay, from that examples, you are just to verify the examples whether the things are happening or not, whether it is true or false. So what you are doing, you are just using certain methods, okay, certain scientific methods, you can say. Every discipline is having its research base. So that's why to generalize that knowledge, this is, you can say, in a discipline, definitely you can generalize the knowledge by using certain principles, and you can also establish relationship between facts, the facts related to science, the happenings, the theories, the principles related to science, the principles related to social science. You will find that that can be verifiable, that can be, you can say, tested, and you can also establish certain relationship between these facts. Then further, you can say it has a domain of knowledge. Try to understand. Every discipline is having three domains of knowledge. First is the cognitive domain of knowledge, second is the affective domain of knowledge, and the third is the psychomotor domain of knowledge. That's called as the conative domain of knowledge. Try to understand, okay, what is cognitive domain, what is affective domain, and what is psychomotor domain. So friends, when we talk about cognitive domain, it deals the knowledge aspect, acquisition of knowledge, the processes that we adopt for acquiring knowledge, the skill of analysis, how we analyze the things, how we synthesize the thing, the creative, you can say, our thinking process, our reasoning, our reflection. So friends, when we talk about a discipline, every discipline is having a domain, that is a cognitive domain, then an affective domain. We develop certain attitude, we develop certain feeling when we involve ourselves in studies. When you follow a discipline, you will find that you are just appreciating certain things, okay, you are developing certain attitude, certain feeling with the knowledge. So that's why you can say that every discipline is having a type of affective domain that touches our heart. Then further, the third is the conative domain. or that is called as the psychomotor domain. So friends, try to understand. Psychomotor domain means it is related to certain manual skill. Means when you will practice discipline, you will also develop certain skills and competences, and further those skills and competences will help you to do certain things, to create certain things, to develop certain things. So every discipline may be related to science, may be related to social science, may be related to mathematics, or may be related to humanities. You will find that the three domains, cognitive, affective and psychomotor, that is included in every discipline. So to understand a discipline, definitely you should understand about the three domains of that disciplines and how it works. Then further, it has the power to create new knowledge. Every discipline is having its own power to create new knowledge by doing a type of research and by doing a type of investigation. So friends, let us proceed further to discuss about the characteristics of a discipline. We have already few points we have discussed to understand discipline, and further we will discuss with elaboration that what are the characteristics of a discipline. First, every discipline has a history, its own development and chronology. Every discipline is having its own history. You can take the name of any discipline, that discipline you practice, the discipline of science, physics, chemistry, botany, zoology. So here you see there is the history of physics. I am the practitioner of the discipline of education. I am a student of education. I am a follower of education. I am a scholar of education. So friends, when I talk about education as a discipline, so definitely the discipline of education is having its own history, is having its own development, and is having its own chronology. How the discipline of education that has been developed. What are the education system? The education system that was practicing, that was prevailing at the time of ancient period till to this modern age, till to this modern period. You will find that how this has been developed. In the Gurukul system of teaching, you can say, you will find that both the gurus and the sishyas were staying together in a residential school. So every day sishyas were following the gurus. Okay, teaching learning process was conducting in a residential school. Okay, so the disciples or the sishyas were following the gurus. We are going through the lectures, what the lectures given by the gurus, and then after they are also doing many manual activities. They are studying medicine, they are studying other branches of knowledge also. So friends, from that day onwards, you will find that if you will go through the literature, definitely you will acquaint yourself that how development that has been taken place in the discipline of education. The education system that was prevailing at the ancient period of education, you can say the great educational institutions, Nalanda and Takshashila, how teaching learning process was going on in Nalanda and Takshashila. Once upon a time, you will find that the scholars across the globe, across the world, they were coming to India, they were coming to this land to pursue education, to study in the great institutions that is in Nalanda and Takshashila. What was the type of teaching and learning process was prevailing in Nalanda and in Takshashila. Then the education system at the medieval period, the education system at the Buddhist period, then further education system during the British rule. You will find the literature. Then further after independence, how educational development that has been taken place in the country. Okay, the reports of different committees and commissions, you will also go through the recommendations and the suggestions given by different committees and commissions that has been established in this country, in India after independence, until it is the process of implementation. Now it is in the process of implementation of NEP 2020, National Education Policy 2020. So friends, from ancient period of education till the process of implementation of NEP 2020, National Education Policy 2020, you will find that how the chronology, how the development has been taken place. Right to Education Act, how this has been developed. Okay, where this has been originated and what are the different, you can say, movements that has been taken for making education as a right for the children. Then further, when we talk about a discipline, maybe you can take the example of any discipline. Every discipline is having its own history, own development and chronology. Even if the discipline of history is also having its own history, own development, own chronology. Then further, another characteristics of a discipline, that is each discipline has certain domain of knowledge. I have already discussed, that is cognitive domain, affective domain and psychomotor domain. So friends, when we talk about a discipline of education, I am just giving the example of discipline of education. You will find that in education there is a cognitive domain, a type of knowledge base. What type of knowledge, what type of discourses that has been, educational discourses that has been included in the discipline of knowledge, and it has also a affective domain. Okay, how it create a type of knowledge, how it create a type of attitude among the children, among the students, among the teachers. Then what are the different skills you develop in a discipline? Just like in education discipline, it prepares teachers how to teach, they develop the skills, how to teach the students, how to transact a curriculum, okay, how to use different methods, different techniques, different strategies. Accordingly, if we talk about a discipline of science, science discipline is having certain knowledge base, okay, certain theories, certain principles. Then when the students involved in a science discipline, he or she also develops certain attitude to study science, okay, certain feeling to study science. He engages, a student of science, a student of social science, a student of language engage themselves to acquire certain skill, at the same time to appreciate the things, to appreciate the knowledge base that has been addressed in that discipline. So that's why friends, every discipline is having a type of cognitive knowledge, a type of affective knowledge, at the same time a psychomotor knowledge, that is a skill, certain competencies are included in every discipline. Further, to know more about the characteristics of a discipline, here you see every discipline has a substantial body of knowledge. You will find that every discipline is having certain theories, certain principles, certain laws, certain facts, certain evidences, okay, certain innovations. And that principles, facts are being studied in that discipline. Okay, the scholars, the students, the followers, what they do, they studied about the theories, and many a time they also create new theories. So you will find that a substantial body of knowledge is there. No discipline you will find that without a knowledge base, without substantial body of knowledge, that discipline has been constituted or framed. Then every discipline has a rigorous research base, and every discipline uses specific research methods for creating knowledge and to verify knowledge. So try to understand here, very important here, every discipline is having certain research base. You conduct, being a student of science, you conduct research in sciences. Being a student of education, I conduct research in education discipline. Being a student of social science, you might be doing research in social science. Being a student of humanities, you will find a group of scholars, they are also doing research in social science. So that's why every discipline is having a type of research base, a rigorous research that are being conducted in every discipline. And when they conduct research, they use a specific research method, research methodology, the design of the study, the process for conducting the research. You will find that the processes and the methods for conducting a research in science is somehow different in social science, somehow different in language and literature, in yoga. Try to understand. Then further, discipline has theories and concepts that organize the accumulated knowledge effectively. So what it does, it develops the theories and the concept, and it organizes the knowledge also. Okay, just like when we develop a curriculum, you will find that how the knowledge that has been organized, the topic that has been organized to teach the students. Further, to understand about the characteristics of a discipline, we can say that every discipline uses specific terms and technical language to define the concept of that discipline. Every discipline uses certain specific terms. Take the example of history, take the example of physics, take the example of mathematics, take the example of geography. Okay, in geography you will find that we use certain specific terms, certain technical term, technical language, just like equator, longitude, latitude. So what is the meaning of it? So this is the specificity, this is the specific terms that we use in every discipline. When I talk about education, we use the term just like education and philosophy, we use the term epistemology, we use the term pedagogy, we use the term, you can say, a teaching learning process, the pedagogic process. Okay, so in physics, in chemistry, in different subjects, in sociology, you will find that many specific terms, many technical languages that are used. So one should understand it. Then further, every discipline has some institutional manifestation. Try to understand every discipline. Whenever there is the existence of a discipline, if the discipline has been formed, has been constituted, definitely that discipline is having certain institutional manifestation. It means you will find that the discipline is being practiced in the school, in the colleges, in the higher education system. You will find that certain programs, certain courses that has been developed in that disciplines. That means the group of students, they are taking admission for pursuing that discipline, for studying that discipline. They are doing their bachelor's program, they are doing their diploma program, they are doing their certificate program, they are doing their master program. At the same time, they are also doing their research. Means a curriculum that has been developed in that discipline, that curriculum is getting practiced in the teaching learning process, and you will find that evaluation work is, that happened in the institution relating to a discipline, and you will find that certain methods, certain techniques that is also being practiced. So just like every discipline is having a type of institutional manifestation, that means that got practiced in an institution. Just like you are doing Bachelor of Education program, you are doing Master of Education program, you are doing PhD in education, you are doing undergraduate and postgraduate programs of any discipline. So that's why every discipline is having, this is one of the characteristics, that is the institutional manifestation. Then further, every discipline has a group of intellectual followers. Try to understand intellectual followers. It means a group of persons you will find, those are really followers of that discipline. They work in that discipline. They involve themselves in that discipline. They conduct research. They do certain innovation. They bring certain changes in that discipline. You must have observed that from a particular discipline, many sub-disciplines that has also been emerged. How it is happened? This is because of research, rigorous work in that discipline. So friends, today we discussed about in this program, we understood about the concept of a discipline, then further the characteristics of a discipline. We discussed it in various contexts, in various aspects to understand about the discipline. So we have completed the first module. We have discussed the 4 video program that has been designed and that has been planned in the first module. We started our discussion from knowledge, then after we discussed that how to categorize the knowledge for forming a discipline. Then further we discussed about that what is the discipline and what are the different characteristics of a discipline. Thank you.